Starting 10 minutes late, we appreciate your patience. Today we are going to be doing another virtual media availability to just discuss the updates to Hurricane Ian. So our speakers today will start with an emergency management update from Chief Robert Graham. We will then move to a CMPD update from Major Brian Foley. We'll have a Charlotte Fire Department update from Captain Jackie Gilmore and a medic update from Dr. John Stednick. And then Lawrence Corley will help facilitate questions at the end. Thank you so much, and now we'll hand it off to Chief Graham.
Hey, good morning everybody from Charlotte Mecklenburg Emergency Management. First and foremost, this morning we have a lot of folks that have decided to stay off the roads. That is excellent. It really assists us as we're moving emergency responders throughout the city and county, and allows them to get to folks quicker, but also allows everybody to be safe. So thank you so much for doing that, and it was certainly noticeable on the roads this morning. Hurricane Ian's track has become very clear. Ian is expected to make a second U.S. landfall. It would be the third landfall total this afternoon, and travel northwest through the Carolinas into the Charlotte area. Tropical storm warning is in effect for the Charlotte metro region. While the rain and wind gusts have already begun in the Charlotte area, we expect the heaviest rain and strongest wind to begin later this afternoon and continue throughout this evening into Saturday morning. We expect the heaviest rainfall to be between 2 p.m. and 2 a.m. With 3 to 4 inches of rain. People should also be prepared for wind gusts up to...
We're going to have you stop and start again. Your mic is unmuted, but there's no audio in WebEx.
That's odd, because I'm hearing it just fine.
Wendy, is it working now?
perfection, just like we did it before.
It was great.
That's great.
You want me to try the down sample again?
It was okay.
Let me ask.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We'll do take two on this. Good morning from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Emergency Management and the County Emergency Operations Center. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for staying off the roads. It's really allowing our first responders to move around the city and county and handle issues as they arise during this storm. It also keeps everybody safe, and so we certainly appreciate that. Hurricane Ian's track has become clear. Ian is expected to make a second U.S. landfall, third landfall overall on the South Carolina coast this afternoon and travel northwest through the Carolinas into the Charlotte area. Tropical storm warnings are in place for the Charlotte metro region. While the rain and wind gusts have already begun in the Charlotte area, we expect the heaviest rain and strongest wind to begin later this afternoon and continue throughout this evening into early Saturday morning. We expect the heaviest rainfall period to be between 2 p.m. and 2 a.m. as of right now. The Charlotte area can expect 3 to 4 inches of rain, and our FINS network has already recorded about half an inch in the Matthews Mint Hill area and up to a quarter inch in the Davidson area, but we're keeping a close eye on our instruments. People should be prepared for wind gusts up to 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. That number has come down slightly, but of course every time they work on the data coming in, it will fluctuate, and so just be prepared for downed trees and power lines. Please secure outdoor items, particularly those living on waterfront property. Make sure to secure boats and covers, store loose items such as swim mats, tow tubes, kayaks, and chairs. And based on the updated forecast, the Emergency Operations Center is activating fully this afternoon and will be monitoring conditions and coordinating response efforts. No shelters have been activated at this time, but the Mecklenburg County Sheltering Task Force remains on standby to activate shelters if they become necessary. CHARMEC 311 is extending its hours and will be open from 7 a.m. through 7 a.m. through 5 p.m. on Saturday. There are no changes to normal hours today. Thank you to our partners at CHARMEC 311 for providing this valuable service. And I always want to highlight the wonderful folks over there, because whenever we have an issue and need extended hours, they volunteer to be there for our community. And so it just makes you proud to be part of this wonderful community we have here in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County. Know who to call. For emergencies, please dial 911 as you always do. You can be routed to police, fire, or medic by doing so. For non-emergency situations, please call 311. Examples include reporting block storm drains or creek blockages, reporting down trees that are not life-threatening and not blocking roadways, and reporting water and wastewater emergencies. For power outages, contact your local provider. We always tell everybody this, and we ask everybody to sign up for CHARMEC Alerts, which is a system it's an opt-in system for you to receive valuable weather information and information from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Emergency Management. A lot of you have, and so we always ask everybody to sign up for that. It really helps you get information, but it gives us the ability to know that you're getting the information directly from emergency management in times of major emergencies and disasters. Stay off the roads. Again, we ask everybody to stay off the roads. Now, everybody's got to make their own decision on that, but we do ask you to try to limit your travel and stay off the roads as much as possible. And as I said yesterday, we are concerned. I know the fire department PIO will discuss this, but we are concerned about carbon monoxide emergencies as well as any emergencies using power equipment. So if you have trees down and you're not used to using power equipment, just stay away from it. Let the professionals handle it. If you have a spouse that's thinking about running that chainsaw that's been sitting in the garage for the last 10 years, it's a bad idea. Please try to stop them from doing that. So this time I'm going to turn it over to Major Foley with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. And Major Foley is a good friend of mine and always a true professional, so I'll turn it over to him. Major Foley.
Thank you, Chief Graham, and good morning to our media partners and Charlotte citizens that are watching this broadcast. So an update from CMPD. Currently, our Communications Bureau is monitoring calls for service across Charlotte-Mecklenburg. We're experiencing normal call volume and nothing significant related to the storm at this time. There have been few crashes that have been reported, but we have had some that have been rain and weather related. And we want to talk to you very quickly about driving in rain. Ponding water, standing water, if you're operating a vehicle, remember hydroplaning can occur, and that means that the tires of your vehicle lose contact with the road surface. Don't ever react to that. Keep your steering constant, keep it steady. Once you pass through the water, when the tires gain contact with the road surface, you'll continue in the direction that you should go. Many of the accidents that we see during flooding events occur because of hydroplaning, so slow down. Don't drive through standing water. If you do hit a patch of standing water, especially on the interstates, again, don't slam on the brakes, don't overcorrect your steering. Allow that car or vehicle to pass through the water and you should be fine. We've had 2 reported road closures today. One is on Plainwood. That was a complete blockage, and one on Exchange Street near Toddville. That has been cleared. We're working with our partners at Charlotte Special Services and Charlotte Department of Transportation. They have 24-hour staffing through the weekend so that when closures are reported, we will respond. What will happen is CMPD or Charlotte Fire will respond to those locations, evaluate the need for road closure, and then cleanup may occur at that time or at another time after storm conditions have lessened. Again, to contact us for trees, if you have a tree that is down that blocks a roadway or is causing a significant issue, i.e. it falls on a house, it's fallen on a car, you need to call 911. Call 911 for trees that fall, that block roads, that fall on vehicles, fall on residences, fall on other buildings. For power, again, if you have Duke Energy has lines down, remember there are 3 different lines that you see on most telephone poles in Charlotte. You have telephone line, you have cable line, and then you also have the power lines. Those are generally the ones at the top. Treat any line that you see as if it could be a power line. So don't walk on them, don't walk near them. If you're out at night and there are lines that are down, you may not be able to see that, and there's always a danger and risk to electrocution. You can contact Duke Energy at 1-800-777-9898. Again, that's 1-800-777-9898 for lines that are down. If a line is down and sparking, if it's causing a fire, obviously you need to call 911 in that kind of situation so that the appropriate resources can respond. CMPD is well staffed through the weekend. We are prepared to respond to any situation that is weather related. Thankfully, we've not seen any kind of activity throughout Charlotte-Mecklenburg that's storm related. So with that, I will then pass on to Captain Jackie Gilmore with Charlotte Fire to talk about what Charlotte Fire is doing today and through the weekend. Thank you so much.
Good morning. The Charlotte Fire Department is standing by readily available to assist the residents of Charlotte. We have 277 firefighters on duty at 43 Charlotte fire stations. Charlotte Fire Special Operations Division will deploy swift water and search water rescue teams if needed. As of yesterday, the Charlotte Fire Department responded to a dozen related calls in the city of Charlotte. The calls range from trees down on power lines or trees down on homes with no injuries. Please help us help you. Stay home. If you have to go out, please do not drive across flooded roads. Turn around, don't drown. Call 911 in case of emergency. For city services, please call 311. Okay, right now, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Stedman from Medic.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. And as severe weather approaches us today, just want to take a quick minute and make sure we remember to keep the folks in Florida who've suffered some really tragic devastation over the last 2 days in our thoughts and prayers as we continue to prepare locally for any impacts that Ian may have on our community today. Medic is well staffed Friday and Saturday, looking forward through the weekend to be able to respond when and where we're needed within our community. Our ambulances are staffed strategically throughout our community to enhance our ability to respond timely to your emergencies. Now, it's important to remember in times like this, when we have weather events, that standard emergencies still do occur in our community. People have medical needs that we need to be able to respond timely to. And so we ask that during this weather crisis that you really manage your time on the roads to as little as possible so that we can respond quickly to those who need us most. Over the last 12 hours, we've had limited impact from the storm. We've had 14 traffic accidents that we've responded to since midnight, and we expect to see that number increase if motor vehicle traffic increases on the streets, and so we really ask that you limit your movement on the streets today. Today, what you can expect from Medic is the same quality of service that we provide every day. Our telecommunicators are standing by on our 911 lines ready to provide life-saving information over the phone if you do have an emergency. And it is important to remember that our crews will be out working on the roadside alongside with our partners at Charlotte Fire, county and town fire departments, and our local police departments. So please, when you're on the street and you see emergency vehicles, slow down, move over, and allow our crews to work safely. It's a dangerous situation working out on the highway, and we would ask you to respect the work that they're doing to serve our community. Thank you, and we'll pass it back to emergency management for closing remarks.
All right, well, thank you very much to all of our speakers, and again, thank you to our media partners for your patience with the technical difficulties. We appreciate you hanging in there with us because this is important information that we want to share. At this time, we will be available for questions.
Be sure to raise your hand in the chat. We'll call upon you, and remember to lower your hand once your question has been answered.
All right, well, at this time, it appears that there are no further questions. So, again, thank you for your time. We will be continuing to share updates about the storm on our social media feeds and providing updates from the EOC as the storm progresses. Everyone stay safe. Thank you.